Yes, 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 yes. What's going on? What's going on, people? Rebel advocates back in the building. What's going on? Everyone all right out there? Anyway, we got good couple of subjects at least today. Anyway, going on about obesity, my friends out there, and we're going to be talking about sporting icons. Anyway, who's here? Anyone there with me?
Yo, Zo.
Who's that? Johnny?
Johnny, man. Welcome.
You right, sir?
Yeah, man. Good. Can't complain, man. You? Yourself?
Daya.
Good.
Yo, what's happening, guys?
Who's that? Artie? Is that Artie? What you been up to, mate? Long time no hear.
Not too bad, man. Not too bad. Just taking it easy, working and stuff. You know, usual business.
Yeah.
Business still.
Hear that.
But yeah, all good, man. All good, man. You yourself?
I'm hearing it.
That's it. That's the main thing, yeah.
I did wake up this morning.
That's a blessing still, yep. Another day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all good, man.
Yes, big up Becky Lou.
Big up,
man.
Yeah. So what? Right, let's just jump in then. Yeah, let's jump in with that one. Obesity, old chap. Do you wanna go ahead with that, old chap?
Yeah, I'll have a go on this one, mate. It's an interesting one, isn't it? It's kind of something that affects a lot of people worldwide. And it seems to be in the UK, it's sort of affecting a lot more people than most other places. Saying that I think we've got the highest level of obese people in Western Europe. I mean, they say like 68.6% of men are overweight or obese. I suppose some of that is a bit subjective, you know what I mean, in terms of how you would consider someone obese or sort of overweight, but it's still quite striking, sort of 69% nearly are compared obese. In the UK, of men, if you compare that to 59% of the female population, which is still quite a strong kind of statistic. And sort of, you know, I mean, why is it happening like this in the UK? They're saying like since the 1990s, sort of people being overweight and obese has doubled, you know, over in the UK. And why that is, there's probably a kind of a variety of reasons for that, which we'll certainly go into in kind of a little bit. Things they kind of look at is, in the UK currently, they're saying there's 31,000 deaths in the UK every year, which are attributed to excess weight and obesity, which, you know, when on the context you might think, oh, you know, 31,000 is, I mean, in sort of a population of what, we've got sort of 60, 70 million in the UK. So people might look at it as a small total, but it's actually, I think that's a really big total, you know, kind of myself. And to look at kind of why it's getting to those levels. And obviously, you know, when you are sort of clinically obese and overweight, you know, your risk of sort of heart diseases, strokes, sort of type 2 diabetes all come through with that, you know what I mean? And trying to look at things, kind of why it is kind of this way now. People say kind of causes. Some people say sort of genetic causes, you know, other health conditions and stuff. Some people can blame it on sort of stress kind of related illnesses. Sort of relationship breakups, again, people kind of sort of go into their shell, you know, I mean, maybe so, and end up sort of eating too much and getting into a sort of really bad state. But what I want to talk about with you guys is kind of looking at ways that possibly, you know, ways and how you can improve sort of the situation. And I think a lot of it's really simple stuff, but still it needs to be put forward a lot more. And possibly looking at some of the foods that we consume kind of on a daily basis. Because they're saying sort of things like 54% of all food consumed in the UK kind of is ultra processed. So then that's another little side issue there to sort of look into and think of, kind of literally what we're consuming, kind of stuff like that, and sort of reasons why we're at this kind of level now. And I think also what we were talking about kind of before, we were having a chat about earlier on, you know, teacher, wasn't it, was the cost, wasn't it, the cost on the health service. Could have said it was up to sort of 6.5 billion a year, which is a crazy and astronomical amount that has to be sort of spent on a thing like obesity when you think it could be possibly tackled and you could cut the cost, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know what you guys are thinking of it kind of in terms of why is it at such a bad level now in the UK? Sort of, and Britain, not, you know, I mean, and all over. I mean, it's bad everywhere. I mean, we rank, I think it's 29th in the world, but still like in Europe, you know what I mean? We're sort of the number one in Europe. And is it a certain thing kind of within Britain? Is it the way we live, sort of a culture sort of thing? You know what I mean? And the way you sit down and eat dinner or something. Because, you know, I'm trying to looking at ways that, you know what I mean, sort of behaviours can be changed, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you guys think about it and how it can be changed. And, you know what I mean? I know they say the basics of doing sort of irregular exercise and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Is it that simple of, you know what I mean, sort of eating less sort of garbage and exercising more, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. We got a message here from the unknown. Big up the unknown.
Big up.
And apart from saying that cost the NHS 6.5 billion, also it says what do they say? How we're constantly being told by the media that being big is beautiful. What do you think about that? Do you think if you believe them stats, then it's probably life-threatening? Big is actually life-threatening. What do you think about that, guys? Do you think they're selling us a story still? Big boned and all that rubbish?
Yeah, I think so. I think, you know what I mean, in terms of that, I think so. I mean, I think the truth is if you're happy, but the thing is if you're sort of overweight and going towards being sort of obese, then are you really that happy? I mean, I can't speak for everyone, you know what I mean, who is in that way. And maybe some people, like you said, will teach a big R and they do feel beautiful and good about themselves, which is cool. But possibly the long-term ramifications of that, is quite different. You know what I mean? If you're sort of getting to a stage where you can sort of take on, you know what I mean, sort of conditions and other disorders coming through, you know what I mean, because of that. But yeah, that is getting sold at you now a lot more, isn't it? You'll see it a bit more in adverts now and stuff, isn't it?
Yes, and big up Becky. Becky Lou said it's all that processed foods. That's what you said. People don't cook from fresh like they used to anymore for whatever reasons, time, money, etc. What do you think, Johnny?
I think it's more what Arthur was saying earlier. Like he said, a suggestion, like just eat less crap and more exercise, man. It's because and people are just eating big out foods. They're not like our listener just said. People ain't cooking from fresh no more. Yep, it's just basic discipline, innit? You got to discipline yourself, man. Because I've got a little weight problem, innit? But I just exercise, innit? And cook from fresh and stuff like that. And when I went to America when I was younger, I seen how disgusting it's out there with like fat people in it, and I looked at that and thought, you know what, I can't end up like that in it. And out in America, everything's like a buffet in it. So you any food place out there, you pay once and you can eat as much as you want in it. So we're starting to. I don't know. Are we ahead? Are we behind America with the obesity thing?
They're still slightly ahead of us, but I suppose if you check it, the size of country, I mean, America is, it's way bigger than the UK. So to put a sort of a bad joke in, pound for pound, you know what I mean? They're still ahead of us, but we're closing in rapidly. And like you say, I mean, if you compare the size of the country, I mean, the UK is, then there's a lot going on there. And like you said, that was key. What you said, people not cooking from scratch, and now you've always got the it's like the chicken shop culture now as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you've got all the kids. I mean, not just kids, but I mean, I see it sort of every day, sort of thing. When sort of certain time of day, the kids are coming back. You know what I mean? And they're starting on that from then. You know what I mean? And then if they're not eating well indoors.
Well, what do you see? Like, what do you do, right? Because when you got that chicken costs about a couple of quid, innit? £2, and you get 2-piece chicken, and you'll get chips, and you'll get a drink, and whatever other extras you might want to get, a little toy or something. I don't know, whatever you get with that. But spending that £2, try and buy try and buy chicken, try and buy chips, and a drink. It must be about 5, 6, 7 quid already.
Yeah.
You know, what do you do what do you say to the people that can't afford that, but then they're out there on the chicken run
on the regs? Yeah, no, it's right. It is difficult because, like you said, I think that's also part of the attraction of a lot of the fast food places, is that it's relatively cheap. You know what I mean? I mean, in terms of, like you said, what you can get, and for argument's sake, if you go out and go shopping and spend money for one time, you're going to have to spend more than, like you said, a few quid. So, like, it's seen as an easy fix, isn't it? And a cheap fix. But again, the sort of long term, kind of ramifications, if you keep sort of, consuming that food, it's sort of self-explanatory. You know what I mean? It's going to snowball. But yeah, I think that's the thing, innit? It's the ease of all of these fast food outlets, which are thrown at you everywhere. You got all the advertisement, whether it's, Just Eat or Deliveroo, you know what I mean? And it's constantly sort of pushed at us as well. You know, I'm not saying we're all individuals and we have our own choice to do what we want to do. But there's a little bit of that, isn't it? I'm sure you guys would agree. It's sort of the constant advertisements for fast food and stuff around certain times, especially when you got sort of sports games on and stuff, you know. So that doesn't help. You know, they're constantly throwing it at you all the time. The sort of junk food.
We got Unknown jumped in and just said, buy a fucking banana. That doesn't cost more than £2, does it? A banana costs about
I don't know,
less than a pound, isn't it? One banana. Yeah. Whoever buys one banana anyway, but one banana will cost less than £1, innit? You could buy a banana, but you actively choose. 100%. You actively choose not to take that banana, innit? And choose to eat something else.
This is part of it. Isn't it?
What's this? What else? Sorry. Let me just go through, get rid of these chats out of the way. People don't even know how to cook these days. That's from Becky.
True. Very true.
And this is from the Unknown. Unknown's around. Unknown is getting a bit pretty known, isn't it, around there?
Yeah, and he's getting about.
Money is no excuse. And while I believe sometimes it is true, I believe that more people are lazy. Fair enough. What do you say to them things, Johnny? What do you say about the banana and stuff like that? What do you say?
Even that, like, yam on one fruit, or if you are gonna eat that junk, at least exercise. Go walk it off, or something to keep fit and all that, man. Because if you're just gonna eat that, like, them foods ain't healthy anyway. But if you're just gonna eat that and not exercise it or anything, then it's gonna be a wrap for you, because you you may look slim and skinny now, but eating them foods over a long course of time, believe me, you will pile it on. You get it? So yeah,
No, I
man,
agree.
go for the safe option and the fruit option. And like you said, you can get a banana for cheap, buy a one apple and or go make a smoothie or something, man. But that food there is not good at all, man. Where you can get a drink, food, and them thing for £1.90, £2 and them thing. Them food there is not good, man. But
yeah, because
man. At least exercise with it. But go on, teacher.
yeah, because remember they always say that the thing, just because it's cheap, it doesn't mean say it's better, does it? I'm sure you could I don't know what the nutrition is within the banana in comparison to that nasty food, but I'm sure the banana will take you much longer. I mean, shit. I know when I do exercise, I don't eat I eat half banana before and after, and then the other half day after. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure that must help or whatever. What do you guys think?
You're saying, because I see people in the gym as well. I see them have a banana. They take one bite out the banana, do a workout, a next bite, and by the end of the workout, they still got half their banana left. So it does do something for you to eat the correct way. You get it? I agree with that. Still,
go on, Artie.
Yeah, I agree. It kind of feels like you say, it's kind of making the right choice, isn't it? It's like having like a proper sort of, you know, I mean, almost structured and mental approach, you know, what I mean, to your food. Because I'm looking at things like, because in other countries in Europe, they don't have nowhere near our obesity levels, like in places like Italy, Spain, for example. It's nowhere near what we have, and I just wonder why that is. Is it the way they sit down and eat food? I mean, I know yourself, teacher, you've lived abroad. And is it that they adopt a different way to their food and a different approach, you know what I mean? And obviously what they eat as well is arguably the most important thing, you know what I mean? But also how they eat it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like almost, you know what I mean, trying to consume here, not speaking for myself personally, but a lot of Brits, it seems like whether you do like, even kind of Johnny was saying earlier on, all of the buffets, all the, you know what I mean? It's just trying to consume as much food as possible rather than eat to enjoy food and have good food. You know what I mean?
You know what I saw when I mean, they still had the typical junk food outlets, but they have it wasn't so much that I saw. I saw a lot of traditional foods out there as well. You know, they had that a lot. It was, I mean, they had it in the centers and the big centers. They have the fast food places, but you don't see like how you got the big typical fast food place, and then you got the knockoff, about 20 different knockoff ones of them things. Yeah. I didn't see none of that out there. I saw, you know, they had their own food, and it was always fresh food, innit? Healthy food and
exactly
fish, a lot of fish. A lot of oil, olive oil. You know, you might get a couple of churros in there, but you know what I mean? It was still
yeah,
good.
But generally, of course. Yeah. And like the way they interact, sort of family and stuff, and sit down and they'll have, I'm not saying to consume alcohol is altogether healthy, but the way they'll sit and have wine, kind of, and sit down and eat healthier food and take that, and sort of, it seems more of a process of taking their time to go through their dinner. And I'm not generalising the whole of the UK, you know what I mean? But just in general, the way it seems to come across with us is like, put on as much food as possible, eat as much as possible, you know what I mean? And then arguably sleep it off. Whereas it seems in other places they have a more sort of gentler approach to eating food, and it's more about a social sort of occasion and interaction, you know what I mean? Whereas here it's almost like heads down, eat food.
What about? Can anyone defend it? Can anyone defend that food there? Because I mean, it fucking does it taste nice?
No, I don't think so. And I think it'll probably, for argument's sake, the people that say it tastes nice is probably because their palate is so accustomed to eating that. Do you know what I mean? So that's all you know, whether it, you know what I mean, whether it's sort of packet food, you know what I mean, or high sugary snacks and stuff. And everyone has a sugary snack or what, you know what I'm saying? But it's the amount that kind of we sort of consume now. Because they're saying, you know, I think it's the average Brit, they're saying sort of consumes around 70 grams of sugary and savoury snacks per month, you know what I mean? And that's a lot of snacks and stuff to be consuming. But it's just because you get used to it, I suppose, isn't it? And I'm sure you guys have noticed the same when you have ate certain food for a piece of time, whatever, unhealthy stuff. And then when you cut it out, and if you try to eat that again a while later, you're like, nah, this ain't even that nice again, you know what I mean?
Johnny, does it taste nice?
I would say, yeah, it has its little bit where you eat it and you're like, this tastes all right. But one thing I do notice about where you eat that food, it makes you lazy and tired, makes you not want to do nothing. But when you cook from fresh or you eat healthy, it's like you've got the energy to take on the world. You get it? But to answer your question, yeah, it does taste nice. But to go to what Auntie was saying, I've ate that food and gave it a break and then went back like months later. I've ate it and I thought to myself, this is nasty, man. And it's like you feel like you're gonna be like vomit because you've flushed it out of your system. You get it? And where you're used to eating healthy now, where you're eating that food, it's got a different texture where it's like your system doesn't agree with it anymore. You get it? But it's like what Artie was saying again. If you do eat it, your taste buds does get used to it, and you do get accompanied to it, and like. But yeah, it does have a taste to it. But yeah, it does have a nice taste. But you've got to think to yourself, what are they putting in that food to get it to taste like that? You get it? So whatever it is, it's not healthy for you, but yeah, it's got a nice taste to it.
What about the Jamaican food, the Jamaican takeout? Yeah. What about Ruby Murray? Is there any difference in the food there? Because I mean, yeah. What do you guys think? Is there any difference in the food there, the Jamaican joint, or a curry? You want curry? What's the difference in there? Is there any difference in comparison to that nasty chicken shop? Obviously, take the taste away. The taste away and all that.
I mean, look, I suppose you guys, I mean, those food, I mean, kind of like you guys have been brought up on them, but for argument's sake, if you consume too much Caribbean food that's just on a regular basis, the chances are you're going to gain weight, you know what I'm saying? If you eat, and I mean, especially if you don't exercise, like we were talking about earlier on, if you're not doing no exercise, but if you do eat that type of food on a regular basis, then even though it is nice, and you could argue it's cooked and prepared with whatever more love and stuff, you know what I mean? But the facts it would still not literally sit well with you, the same as the curries, in it. And you know, a lot of the Indian food and some of the takeaways, they use all the ghee, you know what I mean? There's, you know what I mean, some of that is quite, you know what I mean, got a high fat content as such, you know. So yeah, if you did consume either or of those on a regular basis, sort of like on a daily basis, then yeah, you will start to gain a bit of weight, I would have thought, you know what I mean?
And if you are going to eat them type of food, eat less.
Exactly, that's a good saying. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, because I've noticed there was a time where I used to eat with my plate pile up. You get it? Now I eat half of what I used to eat, and then I'm gonna lie, I still feel to myself, why I could do with more. But you just gotta train your body, and then after a while now, I'm eating half of what I used to, and I start to feel full up now. So I know, give it a next time, I'll cut down more on what I'm eating and bring it down again. But when you're eating with the plate pile up, like you said, with them Caribbean food and them
hard food
and them something there, it's like everyone does. Not everyone, but the majority of the people eat with their plate pile up, and it's like it's not good. So if you are going to eat certain foods, cut down the amount you're eating and get me in certain things, and try not to drink a fizzy drink with your food. Try drink water with it, or it's just changing your diet and changing the way you think about food and how you intake it, man. It's just understanding certain things. But yeah, man.
No, I agree with you, man. Certainly, in terms of, like you said, that's a good common sense approach to eating. Even if you do eat sometimes food that's not good for yourself, instead of maybe having like 2 pieces of chicken with whatever rice and peas, maybe have 1. You know what I mean? And half. And then half the rice, you know what I'm saying?
Cut it down. Take your 1 serving and yam it for 2-3 days. 100%. Listen.
Yeah.
Let's just.
I mean, and then
let's just go. Let's just get the comment out of the way. Yeah. Get a couple of comments out of the way. For what does it say? Yeah. Alcohol also makes you put on weight, innit? Remember we was talking about.
Of course. Yeah.
Having a drink out there in the old European, having a drink, but it also does that. What's this? Junk food makes you sick and depressed. Perhaps the UK will be able to tackle its mental health epidemic. It's not the only answer, but it's got to help, yeah? Go on, sir.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's totally agree with that.
Go on, old chap. Get the final word on that then. Final word on that one, old chap.
No. I mean, in terms of like sort of eating junk food and how it sort of affects, you know, I mean, your mental well state of being is really important, isn't it? I think we don't, like a lot of us don't see it as sort of what we're kind of putting into our bodies, you know what I mean, affects all of our body, not just sort of, don't just go down and sit in the stomach, you know what I mean, goes up to your mentals and everything else. And, you know what I mean, and kind of for argument's sake, if you do put the right food in, I'm sure, again, both you guys would agree that you generally do feel a lot better about yourselves, you know what I mean? And you feel like you can move forward better when if you're constantly putting like a lot of crap in your system, it's really counterproductive in more ways than one, you know?
Yeah, because it even goes down to everything. Like, it can go down to your life expectancy, your sexual life, the way you eat, the way you treat your body. Trust me, it counts for a lot, man.
No, I agree with you totally with that 100% in terms of that. But people don't realise that, you know, I mean, arguably, when people are eating, they're just, like you say, eating some certain junk food and it tastes nice or whatever. But they're not looking at, again, you know, I mean, the effects on your mental state and, you know what I mean, kind of, I don't know, you literally get up and go in life, isn't it? And if you can keep on consuming that, sadly, it seems that people don't have sort of much kind of get up and go, or it's like you'd have to force yourself more because you're, you know, constantly sort of battling against eating that crap all the time.
Yeah. Go on.
But one thing I want to say is sort of what can sort of we do as people, like, you know, I mean, things you're talking about, like make the right choices in terms of that. Can it be argued that there should be a lot more sort of literature and stuff sort of bandied about, or about making the right choices, eating the right foods? I mean, in comparison to, you know, I mean, in comparison,
we know what's good for us, you know.
Yeah, but like you said, I mean, I know. Yeah, go on. I mean, I know you're saying that.
We choose the taste, innit? We choose the taste over what's good for us. What tastes good, then what's better for us? That's what we choose, innit?
Yeah, no. I mean, in terms of that, you're right. But in terms of, like you said, there's so much junk food that's aimed at us. You know what I mean? On a consistent basis. Totally. You know, that you don't. Well, or maybe it's only my kind of perception. If people think not, then obviously leave a comment. But it feels like it's not the same way flips around in terms of people aiming good, healthy stuff at you. You know what I mean? It's generally just it feels that way anyway. Just kind of junk food aimed and kind of shot at us anyway. But
that's true.
No, I do agree. Of course, we have to make the right choices, and we have to kind of make the choice to stop doing what we're doing.
That's true.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
That's true. We get stuff put in front of our face, but end of the day, we choose what it is. We choose that lovely tasting food that is not good for us, that is going to make us feel depressed and tired and go to sleep and all that rubbish. We choose that food, that horrible food. What do you think, Becky? Tell us. But yeah, what did Anonymous say? Anonymous said something somewhere. Let's have a look. Yeah, we choose ease over what's good for us. It's hard work to be healthy. 100%.
Very true.
100%. What are you saying, Johnny? Let's get a last word. We're 30 minutes on that. Let's get a last word. Go on, Johnny.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, just cut down on certain things like salt, sugar, certain things that's gonna, just cut down on certain things, man.
There you go. Saying that. Like, how would you cut down on salt? How would you cut down on salt?
Bruv, I rarely have salt anymore. I think the only time I have salt is, when's the last time I had salt?
We're talking about like table salt.
Yeah, I think the last time I used salt was when I made rice the other day.
What about there's some foods with salt in it though already, isn't it?
Yeah, there's quite a few foods with salt in it, isn't it?
There's a lot, yeah. So we've got to be mindful and look at the instructions, ingredients.
Yeah, that's important.
Because even certain seasoning are salt in it already. You get it, so you have to, if you're gonna, obviously, I'm not gonna say don't season your food, but cut down on the amount of seasoning you use on your food. You get it, because there's salt in that already. So if you use salt with your seasoning, just don't use salt with it, because there's salt in the seasoning already. That will help you. And certain things with sugar and all of that is like you said, just read what you're using.
Of course.
Nice, yeah? Nice?
Yeah, no. Yeah. No, all good, man, all good.
Good. We're going to move on, all right? Sporting legends, sporting icons now, yeah? We're getting into sporting icons. Should they be more than just icons? Should they do a little bit extra? Okay, I'm going to go through a few of the icons that I picked out that I think made a notable mark on this earth. You guys can just add in and tell me what you think about it, if you agree or disagree. Okay, my number one is Michael Jordan. Yeah, he's a basketball player, yeah. For those who don't know, you know what I'm saying? Basketball player, legendary basketball player, considered one of the greatest basketball players of all time, known for his achievement with the Chicago Bulls in the NBA. And 6-time NBA champion with the Bulls, 5-time NBA MVP player, 14-time NBA All-Star. Yeah. Who else? Man like Pele. Man like Pele, as they say in America, Pele. Brazilian soccer legend, regarded as one of the greatest footballers in history. I don't think too many people would disagree with that. What did he win? He won 3 FIFA World Cups, 58, 1958, 62 and 70. Scored over 1,000 goals.
Not bad, is it?
FIFA World Player of the Century as well. All right. I'm gonna go through 5 first, and I'll stop at 5. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest boxers. Yeah. Just listen.
Yeah.
Just listen, old chap. Just listen. Renowned as one of the greatest boxers, transcended the sport with his charisma, principles, and incredible skills in the ring. What else did he get? Did he get any? 3-time world heavyweight champion, known for legendary fights including the Rumble in the Jungle and the Thriller of Manila. Olympic gold medalist in 1960. Usain Bolt, track and field, Jamaica, regarded as the fastest man in the world, dominated sprinting and set multiple world records. Was it 8-time Olympic gold medalist, holds the record for the 100 and 200 meter sprints, first person to win 6 Olympic golds in sprinting. That's quite good. All right, at number 5, we're going to stop Serena Williams, tennis icon with numerous Grand Slam titles, considered one of the best female tennis players of all time. She got 23 Grand Slam single titles, including 7 Australian Open titles, 4 Olympic gold medals in doubles and singles, held all 4 Grand Slams titles simultaneously, 2002 to 2003. So yeah, that's quite big. What do you think about these guys? Do you think all right, you're an icon, yeah, sporting icon, legend and all that. Should you do a little bit more, or should you, for whatever, society, your people, whatever, who cares? Should you do a bit more, or is that enough, you think? What do you think, guys?
I don't know. I mean, it depends, innit? I suppose, like all of the guys you just mentioned there, teacher, they made it to the very top of their profession, and that's what they set out to do. Or, maybe not to be at the top, maybe not when they, started playing as a kid, but to be at the top. And then after they've achieved that, then for argument's sake, it is a good thing. Like, if you can step outside of what you're doing as a boxer or a basketball player and reach out and put back into your community and do stuff, you know what I mean? So in an ideal world, I think they should try and do that, but it's well within their own rights if they don't want to. And sometimes it's frowned upon, innit, to say, he didn't put back into his community and stuff, and but I suppose it comes down kind of to the individual. But I do feel that when you get into such a position of power, like those guys you mentioned are at, and it transcends almost more than sport, you know what I mean? And they can reach out over that, then I think they should. And I think, if they do it, it can make a big difference in the change, What
do you think, Johnny?
To second that, what Artie said, it's more time. It's up to them if they want to do it, really and truly. But you get a lot of people that do stuff behind the scenes, but they just don't publicize what they're doing. Because I've seen a few people, which I'm not going to mention now, but I didn't realize they've done so much things for their community and to help out certain people, but they just don't publicize it. But to me personally, it's if they choose to, if they want to, innit? Like, do they owe anyone anything, really?
Yeah. That's the point, isn't it?
It would be nice to feel if you're in a position to help people that you can, then maybe, yeah, but it's all down to choice, really. Because it would be easy for us to say, yeah, I would, but I'm talking for me. I'm not in that position, so I'm not in that position to be helping out this person and that person, but it would be nice to think they would give back to their community and do certain things. But it's like Artie said, it's down to choice, and you don't know what they've been through where they may think, you know what, frig everyone, innit? Like, I'm just out for myself and helping my... If you help your loved ones and your family members, then to me, that there's enough. I suppose you could always do more.
All right.
What do you think, John? What do you think?
What do I think? I think they should help. Hello? I think you should always help. I don't think you need to be in a position of like these top 10 people. You don't need to be in that position to help anybody. You could be a normal person and just help. I don't know. I don't think help is help. Help is help, no matter where it is, from the top or from the bottom. Help is help. That's just what I think. But I'm gonna go into more detail. Let me just get these last 5 out of the way.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Maradona, Diego Maradona. Yes, Argentine soccer legend. remembered for his exceptional skills and the hand of God goal in the '86 World Cup. Hold on, let me just do that. There you go. Led Argentina to victory in the '86 FIFA World Cup. Scored the famous hand of God goal, and the goal of the century in the same match. Considered one of the greatest footballers of all time. Fair enough. All right, we got another one. What's his name? Roger Federer. This is tennis. Swiss tennis maestro with multiple Grand Slam victories. Federer is known for his elegant playing style. What did he win? 20 Grand Slam titles, including 8 Wimbledon championships. Held the world #1 spot for a record of 310 weeks. Olympic gold medalist in doubles, 2008, and silver in singles, 2012. Not bad there. What else we got? Michael Phelps, the most decorated Olympian in history. Phelps achieved numerous gold medals in swimming. 23 Olympic gold medals, the most by any athlete. Hold numerous world records in swimming. 8 gold medals in the in 2008 Beijing Olympics. Fair enough. And to go into the other sports, what we got? Tom Brady, American football, widely regarded as the greatest quarterbacks in American football history. He's won the multiple Super Bowls. I don't even know this guy, to be honest. You know, jump in afterwards, guys, if you know who this is. 7-time Super Bowl championship as of 2022. 5-time Super Bowl MVP. Numerous NFL records. Yeah, we're going to leave it there. So what? So what do you think about that, guys? What do you think about that? You still think no help? No help? Because then you think of like... For me, I don't know. For me, this is what I think. If you're, you make it. You make it from however you make it, whether you had a lot or you had nothing. You're still put in a place for these people, for anybody who ain't got that, isn't so lucky. You're giving them another opportunity for them to actually make something of themselves. You're giving them an opportunity for them to do something. Especially if it's like Serena Williams for tennis. Not too many ethnic people playing tennis, is there? So just let me finish, old chap. You would just keep it open for them to potentially open the door for other ethnic people to come through the game. Same as Lewis Hamilton. Yeah. Not too many people in that game, not too many ethnic people in that game of what he's doing. You would potentially open some doors, have some kind of driving school for the potentials to come through, not just ethnic people, but for anybody, working class people, because it's a rich sport, the Formula One. So and it's not a sport that you'd say only rich people can do. Not only rich people can drive, anybody can drive, innit? It's a talent that is given to a person, not a class of person or anything like that. So, with that being said, what do you think? I'm going to start with you, Johnny. What do you think? Do you still think that do you think they should do something? I know you. It's up to their own. Let's just say it was you, okay? Let's just say it was you. Both of you are going to both get this question. Let's say it was you and you're doing your thing and you made it something out of your life doing whatever you're doing. Wouldn't you try and say, let me try and give back to let another me come through the thing? What are you saying, Johnny?
Well, me personally, I just look to sort out my people around me, brother. I tell the truth, I wouldn't give 2 shits, but I'll be honest with you, but I'll just look to this. Yeah, just sort out the people close, dearest and nearest and dearest to me, and just fuck everyone else. Really and truly. But it depends how I made it, innit? If I made it from a thing like I've come up on my own and I had to struggle to get there, then Yeah, fuck that. I'll just sort out everyone else that's nearest and dearest. But if I came up through like a program where I was helped to get there, then maybe I would think, all right, let me give back to the people and get me and show people that, yeah, like, you can do what I done. But if I had to do it for myself and come up like that, and I wasn't seeing that, I just think, frig everyone else, man. I just sort out the people around me, and that's it, man. And once I retire, that's me, done, finish.
Artie?
I mean, if I think if I got into a position where I could give back, to whatever, your community or a place that you could help sort of set up, I think, yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, if I had those sort of facilities and means to do that, then why not? I think, like you said, in terms of when you're talking about things like the motor racing and stuff like that, how it's basically an elitist sport. And sort of regardless, if you are from an ethnic minority, it's even harder, but just from a working class background in itself, it's kind of limited opportunities. And it's only limited opportunities because it is an elite sport and because of the finance involved in it. So that's why you can't partake in it maybe from a certain background, you know what I'm saying? So if you're in that position where you can and you're good to do so, yeah, I would like to do so, you know what I mean? But obviously, a little bit like what Johnny said as well, make sure your nearest and dearest are sorted out as well, but also give back, innit? Sort of, because I think that's important to recognise that where you come from, you know what I mean? And if you can give those opportunities kind of back towards people who come from a similar background to yourself, then I think that's quite important, isn't it?
All right, I got a got a message from the unknown, the known unknown. Why should they? They've worked hard to get where they are. They've worked hard to get where they are. They've made huge sacrifices. They weren't given the success. They earned it. That said, it would be nice if they did, but don't think they should be judged if they don't. Yeah, fair enough.
I agree with you.
Yeah, no, fair point. Another thing I was gonna say is like, right, when you look at some of these other things, I mean, I've been looking at a lot of things this week, and I've been talking to a lot of women, right, and they would help out another woman. You understand? They would help out another woman somewhere else, regardless of whether they know that woman or not. Do you know what I mean? And but I don't see that with the guys. I always see the problem with guys competing with each other always, instead of helping it out. I see the woman, they dive out, you know, they don't even know a person, but they'll just jump in and say, well, that's another woman. Yeah, we got to back it, you understand, or something like that. Why don't the guys back each other? What's your opinion on that? What do you think about that? Johnny, what are you saying, sir?
It looks like it's an ego. It's an ego thing, bro. Like, for a man to want to help out a next man, maybe it looks like it's like a weak. It seems like, do you know what? It's some weak mentality. That's what it might seem like, innit? But
what are you saying? Sorry. What are you saying? What? If a man help out a next man, the man's weak, or the man getting help is weak?
The man it could be seen both ways.
Okay,
maybe
go on.
It could be seen as the man that's getting help, he can't do what he needs to do to provide, and he's seen as the weak person. And then the guy that's helping out, he may feel like, all right, if I help you out, what am I going to get out of this? But with a woman helping a woman, more time it's just true love. Like, it's like a woman wants to see her next woman succeed more time and be like, do you know what? I know it's hard for you as a woman right now, so I'll help you out and stuff. But for a man to do it, I don't know. It's like, it's that sorry for the words, it's like that big dick mentality, isn't it? Like, it's like, men, for a
Not
man.
for everybody. Not for everybody.
Yeah, but you know the saying. It's like the saying. It's like men, it's not all men, but some men just don't want to see a next man like thrive. They'd rather see that. It's like what I said before. If I made it in life as like one of these people you were mentioning, these icons or whatever, what was the first thing I said? As long as my people around me are okay, fuck everyone else, innit? So it's like that mentality, innit? Like you're just on that fuck everyone else, innit? Like from I'm good, fuck everyone else, innit? But with women now, some women, you got some bad mind women, don't get it wrong, but you got the majority of them are like, they're on this loving, helping everyone and all of that. So it's a strange thing, but it's right out there, isn't it? I don't know why it's like that, but it is out there like that.
Go on, Artie. What you got to say about that, Artie?
I think with the men, a little bit in agreement with John in terms of a lot of it is sort of a bit of sort of male machismo stuff, really, where some guys want help and want some help from their mates, or they won't ask, and then, you know what I mean, even their mates ain't sure whether to ask them, you know what I mean? It's all a bit silly. But I think we spoke about a while back, wasn't it, about you kind of look into things like, and a bit deeper in terms of men who go through real sort of mental health trauma and sort of suicide and stuff like that. Just a case of because men not communicating with each other, you know what I mean? And for whatever reason, whether they don't want to or they feel embarrassed to ask for help, you know what I mean? So it's all a bit strange, like you said, in terms of kind of women, they're sort of all, you know, it's like they automatically reach out to each other. Whereas men, it feels you got to reach out almost through gritted teeth, you know what I mean? And then sometimes you might wonder if you feel you got a mate in trouble or something, and do you want to ask them, but, you know, you don't want to offend people, so it all gets a bit silly. But I think it comes down to that basic lack of communication, and for whatever reason, why men don't seem to do it that well, you know what I mean, in terms of that when you need help, you know?
Strange. It's a strange one.
It is strange.
It's a really strange and really silly one. Go on.
It's very silly. Because everyone sort of in life has been through some sort of issues or crises, and sometimes you might think, you know what, you're going to talk to someone about, you don't want to ask them, and then they might look at you and say, well, you know, do I want to ask him, or how's he going to take it, you know what I mean? And then sort of your sort of communication levels break down even more, and that's when people become sort of more introverted, you know what I mean? They don't want to talk, and then it gets even worse and it snowballs. But it is a serious issue in men, and it's a good one you brought up, because I don't really know what the sort of solution. I mean, you know what the solution is just to talk more. You know what I mean, and just be more open and upfront. You know what I mean, rather than keep things bottled up. But I guess that's just a male thing, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Just feels that way. That, like you said, when it's the women, they'll just happily sit down, talk, shoot the breeze about their problems, or if not problems, just anything in general, you know what I mean? But I mean, definitely when they're struggling, you know what I mean, rather than when it's us guys, it's like, nah, just sort of suffer in silence, you know.
Stupid, if you ask me. It's really stupid, because there's no valid reason. And, you know, listen, if I had a business, okay, if I had a big car dealership business, and I came and gave you a job, and it was like proper hard, you know, big Bentleys and BMWs and Mercedes and all that stuff, and I gave you a job, you'd accept the job, you know. You'd take your ego in, and you'll accept the job. So it shouldn't really matter. In my eyes, anyway, it shouldn't really matter. whatever the help is. If you need help, take the help. Innit? Take the help. You obviously need it. Don't be don't be proud about it. Be humble and take it, because it goes round, innit? Somebody
Exactly.
helped you up, you go and help them up. Like with the icon thing as well, the sporting icon thing. Whether you got help or not, the fact is you got lucky in life. You was blessed with a talent, or somebody saw your talent. Do you know what I mean? And they tried to guide you in the right way. So either way, you got blessed by somebody. Somebody was watching you, or your parents gave you the talent. You know what I'm saying? You're
Exactly.
always gonna look after your family. That's just no question about that. Unless something serious shit went wrong. But yeah, it is what it is. All right, cool. AOB guys, AOB. Anything else? Anything else? We got 57 minutes. Anything else? Anything else?
I don't know. Anything in the sports going on, guy? I'm trying to think of anything. Obviously, the footy's back. I see Arsenal top of the league now. Yeah.
Your brethren Kai scored, didn't it, Johnny?
Ooh, Shy Havertz.
Done the bizzo, mate. Last minute business. I didn't see it though. It didn't sound like it was a great game, but still, a win's a win, I suppose. And top of the league. I'm trying to think anything else happening in the combat sports this weekend. Not seen any combat things
Them
going
women
on.
that were fighting last night.
Oh, you had thingy. What's her name? Won the rematch, didn't she? Katie Taylor. She won that rematch. I didn't see the fight. Apparently, it was a really good fight. It was a close one, innit? I think she won on a split or whatever. Majority. Yeah. I don't think of any other good stuff happening. Sporting world. No, we're waiting for a bit of boxing coming in a few weeks. So got that card in Saudi just before Christmas. And a few other bits and pieces happening soon. It seems to be finalising that. Ben, hey Johnny, did you see the Eubank thing?
Yeah, I seen it. Funny guy, man. Funny guy.
Yeah. So no, not too much else really going on. I think just waiting for a few fights to happen, and all the league actions are back now, and regular business. Saw a bit of that Liverpool 1-1 against City. That was a decent game.
Yeah.
Thought they'd done pretty well in Liverpool there. So yeah, it's all going along nicely. Villa beat Tottenham, so there must be 2 points off the top now, Villa or something, in it.
About that, yeah.
Isn't it? Bloody hell, they're doing good, man. But yeah, that's about it. That's been going on, really, isn't it? Not too much going on, really, around on the sports, I don't think. I can't think of anything outstanding. No.
No, not me. All right, so then, yeah, look at that. We're 30 seconds early. That's good.
Ooh.
20 seconds early. That's good. Early is better than late. Yeah?
Exactly.
Depends on what we're talking about and what you're doing. Anyway, big up everyone for commenting and all that stuff. Blessings, guys. We'll be here next week. More topics, more this, more talk, more that, more participation. Yeah. And we'll see you then, innit? Bless up.
No worries, man.
Bless up.
Take care, guys. See you later.
Big up.
Yeah, big up. Have a good one, guys.